but before we vote, I will give you an opportunity to speak.
Okay, I'd like the public to know that there was a council member that asked for a total dismissal of these charges. And I've gone through the paperwork. I was just given the result the other day. The council members were given it a week ago Friday. They had the weekend to go over it. I was given a binder like this with no result, and this is what I came up with. This case is a witch hunt. And another reason I'm going to say this is a witch hunt, look at today's Gazette. On the headline on that, again, I talk about the big lie technique, where if the perception is you're a bad person and you don't support your people, you need to go. The IEC report has many incorrect conclusions with testimony not held in an open hearing nor recorded despite my request. Testimony falsely attributed to me in the secret meeting and did not occur. Only 2 IEC members heard testimony. All other testimony was hearsay, not sworn or subject to cross-examination. Signatures of 2 other IE members based on no personal observation, simply accepting claims of their 2 colleagues. The 5th IEC member chose not to participate in this witch hunt. It wasn't even signed. $7,600 judgment was issued on a Friday. IEC itself says there is no evidence either Collins or Bruce knew about its existence, nor could they, since transfer of title to Collins had occurred on Thursday. Was the judgment obtained by the city in a Friday hearing from which Mr. Bruce was excluded? City was not cheated out of any money. City caused extra expense hiring 2 lawyers. I received zero benefit from this. City actually gained 6 months interest. Judgment was at all times secured by liens on all of Mr. Bruce's properties. And if you look at the closing documents in this flyer, you will see that $21,000 is on there. So anyway, there was no benefit from that for me. The city waited 44 days to file charges and sent a confidential report to Pam Zubek of the Independent to effect the recall. City waited 5 months to issue a debtor's examination form to Mr. Bruce, who then paid the judgment with interest, even though the judgment is on appeal, and the city objected twice to Mr. Bruce's right to appeal and to file an appellate brief. I signed the deed to complete the sale, knowing the city's $21,000 judgment would be paid from the sales proceeds, again in the documentation. I did not say anything, and it's in this document, that I owed Mr. Bruce political favors. That was put in there. The IEC charges and results have been a trial by media based on IEC and/or city violation of its own confidentiality rules. The Gazette continues to report, I can be removed from office, quoting IEC conclusion. This is not part of the policy. It is not unethical to be an intermediary or to sign a piece of paper that costs the city nothing and in fact gave the city a payoff of $21,000. Mr. Bruce had valid reason to request the intermediary in the sale because he was on an economic crime probation and had to report property sales, which he did. The fact the government did object to the sale was proof his anticipated outcome was well-founded. The lady that purchased this property was from California. If you get on your computer right now and do a search on Mr. Douglas Bruce, about everything that comes up is convicted felon. In this paper, that's all they put. The only person who caused a financial expense to the city was the complainant, Juanetta Massey, who filed a tardy complaint to be heard by the IEC, which she supervises and which operates from her office. The IEC falsely said removal from office was an option. It falsely said I can be removed for code violations. See Charter Section 2-30B. Could a council member be removed for smoking in the park? No. Again, I'll say a council member did ask this to be totally dismissed, but we have to put a show on for the public. And by the way, you had a young man here earlier that said only people on council can be the big money people. I financed practically my whole campaign. I had no big money supporting me. I've gone to almost all the events in Southeast, and incidentally, I found one of the community centers thinks they're in my district, and they are not, but I've attended 4 events over there. I really try hard to represent Southeast. I answer every email. I return every phone call, and I just find it horrible that the city council would do what they're about to do. So thank you.
Mr. King?
Thank you.